I didn't feel like I could be more open with people.
What is your definition of femininity?
Oh wow. Grace.
That's it. Very
Serious.
okay. Well,
I carry myself in that spirit, like just
Beautiful.
gracefully. A blessed spirit, the journey of motherhood, being able to bear children. Not saying that women who can't or aren't feminine,
right.
but I think that's a big part of being a woman.
Childbirth.
Yes.
Okay. Second question. What's one piece of advice you would give your younger self about being a woman?
To nurture myself more. I had a good mom, but I didn't get the nurturement that I felt like I needed to grow into be a woman.
So you're saying you would have nurtured yourself more?
Yeah, I guess that's where my grace comes in when I say being feminine. I had to allow myself some grace so I could grow
Gotcha.
to be who I am now.
Okay.
It's a journey. But yeah, I most definitely would tell my younger self to just allow myself to be more open, to learn more. I didn't feel like I could be more open with people, you know, but taking in some advice from others. I wish I had asked more questions. For the most part, I would just tell my younger self to open up more so I could get the help that I needed as a youth.
Do you feel like you had teachers growing up?
I grew up around a lot of strong women.
Okay.
So when we think about the Michelle Obamas, I had a house full of them.
I got you.
You know, my entire family, everybody was good at something different. And everybody was out doing them.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't a bad thing being career women, but we lacked. Like the girls,
Right. Yeah.
the children lacked.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So not that we weren't taken care of, but we didn't get the nurturement.
Next question. What's something your father did well or didn't do well you wish we would have done, or something he did do well in raising you to be a good woman?
What he did well was stay out the picture.
Oh, no. Okay.
God don't make mistakes.
Okay.
So a lot of times we take for granted when we don't have those, I'm gonna say dads, when we don't have our biological dads in our life. But I was raised around a group of men who actually had custody of their children. So I had dads.
Right.
I had the Baracks. You understand what I'm saying? So I had, even though I didn't have my dad, I had men present in my life. A lot of my value, my core values, a lot of women can't change a tire.
Right.
So those things that most women lack, I have. Working on cars, knowing how to do wiring, the men could.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, where women typically would have that nurturement in the household. I grew up with it with men and women, but mostly men being able to do it all. So I can't really like comment on like it being a bad thing. But yeah, so I saw men do it.
All right, last question. What do you believe fathers should know about raising daughters? Like versus raising sons, what should they know more specifically about raising daughters?
I'm saying it's kind of loosely, but those are the girls' first boyfriends.
Okay.
You know, you take whatever you grow up around or whatever tends to whatever impression that they get from that man, they kind of go out into the world with it. And it's the same way with women, you know. My mom was kind of rough around the edges, so I was able to take whatever off of a guy.
Right, yeah.
You know, I don't advise that.
Right.
But I would say that the men play a vital role because those should be the daughters first. Look at what a role model should be like for their husband.
Right.
Their, you know, moving forward. Yeah.
So what would you like to say to women growing up in this world? What's something that they should know? Something you wish they knew from what you see on social media, from what you see in the news?
Turn social media off and kind of it's easier to be yourself. It's too hard to be somebody else.
Okay.
And if you can allow yourself time, like I say, my biggest thing is grace.
Right.
If you can just give yourself some grace, you can kind of share in some of that with your kids. You can share some of that with your nieces. You can share, you know. I think, unfortunately, times have changed and everybody's kind of on this go,
Right.
big race, and everybody's trying to get first. And allow yourself some grace to just be a woman.
Right.
And just grow. And you have to roll with your kids because, you know, unfortunately, I had to. But yeah, allow yourself some grace.
Grace. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that word, grace.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. What's your name again?
Adrian.
Adrian. Nice to meet you, Adrian.
You too.
Thank you so much. So, what do y'all think about that?
I have one question for what she said at the end.
What's the question?
She said, be yourself, but how do you know who yourself is?
I think she means that by what she means by be yourself is to not try to be someone else. Be yourself. You should get your identity from just who you happen to be as you grow up. You know, you don't have to try to imitate someone else you see on social media, or on the news, or in a magazine. You can just be yourself. Like your personality is your personality. You don't have to try to damper that. Like, for example, um, at school, everybody tries to be the same. Everybody doesn't want to. You don't want to stand out or be different because they call you weird or they call you a nerd or something. But your personality is your personality, and that's who God made you to be. So you don't have to try to imitate somebody else. That's what she means by, just be yourself. Don't try to be like the women you see on a billboard or on a TV show, because a lot of people are imitating what they see on social media and these crazy quote unquote reality shows. That's why every woman nowadays is going to get surgery to look like Kim Kardashian, because I mean, it's true. They're trying to look like somebody else. They're trying to be somebody else rather than just accepting how God made them and walking in confidence. How do you know who you are? Is basically who God told you to be. Like when you read the Bible, that's and when God talks about women and how they should function and how they should operate, that's how you should be.
It's in Proverbs, I think, somewhere.
Proverbs 31. Yeah. You know what's crazy is in Proverbs 31 is talking. It's a mother talking to her son about how the woman he
Which
should
wife
choose.
he should get.
Yeah. So, and women should take that as the blueprint for womanhood and femininity and being a wife and stuff like that. Being a wife and mother. Yes, Paris, you have something to say?
Is it okay if I go to the bathroom?
Yes.
We have a book club.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say the specific name, but that's the main verse in the book club.
What, Proverbs 31?
Yes,
Which the verse or the chapter?
the verse,
The whole thing.
Oh, okay.
the whole thing.
Well, yeah, that's what she meant by that. We get our identity from the Bible. As women and as men, we get our identity from the Bible. Now, it's hard to live up to that, but we can do it through the strength of Christ. He can give you the power to if you try to do it in your own strength, yeah, it's gonna be hard. But with His strength and His power, we can do it. So, yeah, that's where we get our identity from. So we're trying to get this wisdom from these women, and so that you can see what it's like for women who have lived life already and can tell you what not to do and what to do. So that's what we're doing here. But ultimately, we get our identity from the Bible, not what the Word tells us how we should live. We all think she meant by her dad not being there was a positive thing for her.
I think that what she meant by that is that her father, she said something about being biological. So I don't think that.
She said her biological dad wasn't there.
Oh, so she was adopted?
No, she just basically had to supplement different male role models in her life to supplement her dad not being there. So like she had male role models in her life is what she's saying. Her dad wasn't there, her biological dad wasn't there, but there were other male figures like her uncles and other people that were in her life.
So I'm thinking.
Why you say she was? Why do you think she said that it was a good thing that he wasn't there?
Because her dad didn't do his job.
Right. He probably didn't do his job, but what would him not being there? How would that be a positive thing for her? Why do you think she said that? I don't know how. Me personally, I don't think it was a positive thing that he wasn't there, but
Maybe it was me.
why would she see that as a positive thing for her life?
She doesn't have to worry about who's going to provide for her, probably.
She doesn't have to worry about who's going to provide for her. I think she does if he's not there. She does have to worry about who's going to provide for her. But she said that what was her solution to him not being there?
She got to learn how to fix tires.
Well, somebody taught her how to fix tires. Who taught her how to fix tires?
Other guys.
She said strong women and some other men.
Mm-hmm. So she said she had her uncles and other male role models in her life, right, to supplement for her father. Now, me personally, I think a dad should be there regardless. But if I think in her case, him not being there was positive for her because he probably was toxic. Like he probably was abusive. He probably was abusive verbally, physically, and things like that. And at that point, it is better for him to not be there in her life and for other positive male role models to come in. I can see why, but I believe that whether or not the male is able to provide or not, I think that fathers need to be in their children's lives, no matter what. And just to give that identity that they need, just to be there just for the person to see where they come from. But in her case, she said it was positive because her life probably would have been worse if he was there. But yeah, so she also mentioned the social media at the end. So that's what we were talking about just now about getting your identity from the right place. What do you think she meant by nurture though? She said give yourself grace. and to nurture. She would have nurtured herself more growing up. What does that
Not
mean?
watching the internet.
Not watching the internet?
Yeah, looking at all the skinny white girls in the outfits.
As it doesn't matter if they white or black.
No, it doesn't matter at all. But that's usually what people want to be.
Okay, that is true. That is true. Around the world, people they gravitate to the European look of a woman, and I don't know why it is. Maybe it's just because imperialism or whatever. But how God made you is how God you now. Now, of course, we all want to be, presentable, and you want to brush your teeth and comb your hair and stuff like that. But and maintain a healthy body. But other than that, the size of your nose and all those other things that people are doing to get surgery nowadays, that's just I believe it's a mental illness. But me, that's just my personal opinion. I think it's much. Now some of the surgeries look good. I'll tell you that some of the surgeries look good, but some of these things people are doing is hacking away at their faces and their bodies. It's just, I think it'll have long-term effects that we don't know about.
If you get old with that, aren't you gonna start disintegrating really fast?
I don't know,
Or
because
you
it
gonna look young
depends. It
forever?
depends if they like chopping your nose or like chopping bone structures or
Wait,
something like
what?
that. Yeah,
You gotta
folks.
break your nose?
You
Like
seriously
there's
wanna look
a
that pretty?
surgery that men get that you break your leg and you, I don't know how it works, but they break your leg and then over time they stretch your leg and it increases your height. So yeah, I don't know the long term effect of that, but man, folks just need to be content with how God made you. And so the same thing goes for women. Y'all know the surgeries they be getting. So BBLs and the breast stuff and all that stuff is dangerous. A lot of people are dying because of that. So
Wait, what?
yeah, and all because we're chasing a look that we see that on social media or on the news, and people are gravitating towards that. And that's why we want you to be content with who you are.
Mommy was looking at her phone just now, actually, and we saw this woman putting on makeup to make herself look brown,
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah.
it completely
What
worked.
was her normal color?
White. She was white, but
Mhm.
then she made her whole body look brown, and it looked like it, but I'm not sure that was healthy for her skin.
I mean, it depends. Does she like being white, or you know what I'm saying? Is she trying to cover up the fact that she's white?
I think
I
she's
don't
just
know.
advertising.
Because there are people who bleach their skin because they feel like they're too dark. But that has health issues as well. You can get skin cancer. You can do all these things that happen. And so, long story short, a lot of these things are causing long-term health effects that people can't get rid of, all because they want a temporary change to how they look, and it's just not healthy. So we want you all to be content with how you look. We want you to be content with how God made you, and you need to build yourself up, build your confidence up in how you look right now, because all it has to do, the wrong insult come your way. Oh, you too fat, or you too ugly, or you too skinny. And the next thing you know, your whole world is changing. You're changing your whole world because of what some idiot said to you about how you look. And we want you all to know that you are beautiful how you are and how God already made you, right? But that doesn't mean don't go out here and comb your hair or brush your teeth. You do need to look presentable, but you do need to maintain your health. You do need to maintain a healthy weight. You do need to maintain your hygiene, but you don't need to go out here and cut your face up and cut your body up to try to look like somebody on the internet. Okay? And there ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of makeup. Sometimes these women need some makeup, man. There ain't nothing wrong with some paint on the walls, but yeah, that doesn't mean you need to go and try to be somebody else. Because if I'm brown and I go out and put makeup on my face to look white, I have a mental illness. That's a mental illness. And the same thing goes for somebody else who's white and tried to look dark. That's them showing that I think that they're not content with how God made them. Because all the shades are made, and God calls it all good. So that's why.
Like me, brown?
Do I like you brown? Yes, I love the brown, because guess what I am? I'm brown too. Right? That's pretty close, right? You're a little bit lighter, but yeah. I'd be crazy not to like you, because I believe you have my DNA. I think so. I'm not sure.
Wait,
No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, you have my DNA. You're my daughter, right? So yeah, that would be crazy. That's like saying God doesn't like Adam and Eve when He created them, right?
Yeah, but they ate the fruit.
They did eat the fruit. They jacked it up. But yeah. So, do you like you? Do you like being brown? You like being brown? You sure?
Yes.
Brown is beautiful, right? Brown is beautiful.
Sometimes.
Long story short, I want you all to be content with how you look, because there is some kind of thing going on in our world where everybody wants to have a European type look, and everybody's picking and choosing what thing they like the best and what thing they want on them, and instead of just being content with how God made them. So we don't want that to be you all. We want you to be content and give yourself grace, like she said. Give yourself grace growing up, and space to make mistakes and not be perfect.
Won't you explode? Like if all those chemicals are put inside you, won't you get like blow up?
I don't know about exploding, Jubilee. I notice every episode you be like talking about exploding. Like, what's last time? If the man doesn't cry, he explodes. Will he explode? I don't know what it is with her and explosions.
Why do you want
No,
everybody
not
to explode?
Not like explode, but like get really sick, or like I don't know, swell up or something.
Yeah, I don't think swelling is the only case that happens when you are sick. I think sometimes you just decay and things just don't work out right.